Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I have a video that's going to very simply explain the difference between a P2P cryptocurrency exchange and a normal exchange. And I'll have to explain a little bit about what a normal exchange is just to provide a context for the difference, right? So I'm going to pull up here what a normal exchange is, right? So here you've got Bybit. This is what most people expect when they see an exchange. It has all the standard physical characteristics of what an exchange is. It looks like an exchange, right? But what makes this a normal exchange? Well, a normal exchange could be defined by the acronym AMM. AMM stands for Automated Market Maker, and that's a type of exchange where you've got all these buy orders and all these sell orders, as you can see on the right, on the top of the sell orders and on the bottom of the buy orders, right? And these are put in by buyers and sellers all around the world, and these orders are automatically matched with each other when a price is agreed upon. And in the middle there is what's called the market price, which is the which was the price that was the Bitcoin was last sold at. So the last time Bitcoin was sold was at $69,434, right? And the price will change again the next time Bitcoin is sold, and then the market price will change, right? So the idea is that all the people that are on this exchange are not connected with each other directly, right? They're indirectly connected to each other through this mechanism that the exchange runs, and it's a very efficient process. And because the process is so efficient, large volumes of trading can happen here, and this is how you can have, like billions of dollars of trading happening on exchange. This is just the most efficient way of doing it, right? Now compare this with a peer-to-peer exchange. A peer-to-peer exchange is a fascinating concept because it's not actually anything like the exchange that we're using. It's not using a concept that's even remotely similar to an AMM. What you could say it is, if anything, what it's more like, in my opinion, in a sense, I would describe it more like an e-commerce platform. The reason why I could say it's like an e-commerce platform is because all those buyers and sellers that you were seeing on the AMM exchange, right? These people have names, well, online personas, I guess you could say, and they've got a rating. And people are going to trade with them based on their rating and their reputation. And they're also those sellers are competing with other sellers based on the rate that they're going to give to the buyers. And buyers want to get the best rate, so they're going to look for the best sellers, the ones with the best feedback and the best rate. And it feels very similar to, say, how eBay or Amazon works. And what's similar as well is the fact that the people that are the sellers, right? They can sell the cryptocurrency in any way they want. There isn't really any limitation about how it's sold. They can really choose, they can create any conditions they want, right? So at the top here, of course, you can see bank transfer, which is the normal standard of on-ramping cryptocurrency. But scrolling through here, if I click on the payment method, you've got all these random payment methods, most of which you haven't heard of, right? Probably only one of these is relevant to your country, but there's all these other ones that are just complete gobbledygook for you, most likely, right? Look how many there are. There are so many different payment methods, because all throughout the world, there are different, not just banks, but different currencies, and those currencies facilitate payment. The payments are facilitated using various online payment methods that are very unique to one particular country. And as a result, there are so many different kinds of payment methods. There's so many different markets that sellers can get into. Maybe they're from a particular country that can facilitate M-Pesa, right? M-Pesa is, I'm sure you'll find very interesting. I might make a video about it. M-Pesa is a very popular African remittance system. It was actually, I think it was created by Vodafone. It was one of those mobile carrier networks. And what was really interesting, and this was not the intention of the carrier network to do this, but there was an option that where people could send their credits to another person So say if I've got $5 worth of mobile phone credits, right, allowing me to send text and call people, have mobile data, I could send those credits to another person, I guess with the expectation that person pays me back, or maybe I'm selling it to that person, or maybe that person's a family or friend and I'm just sending it to them for free, right? You could send these things to other people, and it became a de facto currency in that country, and people could actually buy and sell real life things with this payment method. And now this has found its way onto P2P cryptocurrency exchanges, like local CoinSwap, where you can buy cryptocurrency essentially with these SMS payments, right, that send phone credit to another people. So what I'm trying to get across is that on a P2P cryptocurrency exchange, the possibilities for buying and selling cryptocurrency are endless. You can use almost anything that you can imagine. Now, there are different exchanges that service different things. So some cryptocurrency exchanges, they specialize in like gift cards, right? And there are some cryptocurrency exchanges, or maybe I wouldn't say even exchanges, just places, maybe even forums or whatever, where you can even buy gold, right, with cryptocurrency, right? So with P2P trading in general, there are so many different ways you can turn your cash or whatever it is into cryptocurrency. Whereas on the AMM exchange, like we described, there's only really one way you can turn cash into crypto, and vice versa. What you would do is on this exchange, there's a way of like depositing funds. Like you'd connect you'd send from your bank account to the exchange, a wire transfer, bank deposit, or whatever, and then you're gonna have fiat funds on this exchange. Then you take those funds to the spot market here, and you place an order, and like a limit order or something like that. And then when your order is matched with a corresponding sell or buy order, then the transaction will be complete, and that's how you do it. So now that I've explained that, I think it's now time to just to relate to you what the benefits are of each of them, right? So as someone that's into debanking, as someone that has made a channel about trying to reduce your reliance on the central finance system, whatever. Despite that, I don't necessarily hate these kinds of centralized exchanges, right? The reason is it's simply because it's practical and cheap. Not everybody, I understand, wants to be a hardcore Ayn Rand loving libertarian. They don't mind providing their details to an exchange in order to do better rates. And the reason why that is as you can see, if I go back to local CoinSwap, you're paying up to 6.5% for like M-Pesa. Now, granted, there's no other way of turning your M-Pesa funds into cryptocurrency. So for many people, paying 6.5% above market average is a completely worthy cost to pay, but it's still 6.5% above average. If you're just if you had the opportunity to use a normal bank transfer, then you might as well just go into Bybit and do it the old-fashioned way, and then you'd pretty much pay 0% above spot average. Above market price. Maybe you pay I think it's 0.1% fees. Then there's like a spread, but for something like BTC USDT, it's like the spread is like in the micro figures, so you don't even have to worry about it. So the other benefit is also depending on your situation, right? So most people from the first world, now let's just be realistic. Everyone from a first world developed country has access to a bank account. You're all banked, right? And all the centralized exchanges will not have a problem from you. Oh, unless you're from the United States, actually. I know there's many crypto services and even crypto exchanges that do not allow access to United States people. But with that exception, most people can sign up to a normal exchange, and they're not going to have any problem with signing up to exchange, right? But with P2P cryptocurrency exchanges, they're serving a wider audience. There's a number of people in the world who their country just won't allow them to sign up to Bybit, right? So not really so much America, but there's various countries in South America, Africa, the Middle East. There's just no way for them to get onto a centralized exchange. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, I don't know, but everyone's situation is different. A P2P cryptocurrency exchange will allow anybody in the world to purchase cryptocurrency, no matter their station in life, right? And yeah, the second thing I want to talk about is if you're on a P2P cryptocurrency exchange, you don't have to provide KYC. So if you are someone that is very serious about not providing your information to other people, that's where using a KYC-less means of exchange can be very valuable. So on a place like local CoinSwap or HODL, refer a link in the description below. On these places, you don't have to use KYC to sign up. And then when you're dealing with these sellers and you open a trade with them, almost all the time, these sellers won't ask you for KYC. And maybe it's important to quickly explain why it's a big deal not to give KYC if you can avoid it. If you give your KYC on the internet to anybody, it doesn't matter how safe the source seems. If you provide a picture of your driver's license or your passport, and especially, those pictures of you holding a, driver's license next to your face, all this information, you have to understand that information is extremely valuable. And if there's ever a data breach, that information can be taken by malevolent actors, and it will be sold on the dark web, and it will be sold to other people who want to use that information, because other people would want to use someone else's information to sign up to services online. Maybe there's some, maybe they want to sign up to some bank, right, without your permission, right? They can sign up to some bank in your country, and they're going to say, I'm this person, I'm James McGill or whatever, here's my ID, here's my KYC, and they can sign up with anything they want online. Maybe they even take out a line of credit in your name. The list of possibilities are endless. So the people that have access to your information have the potential to make, buying someone's information, it could have easily cost like $100 to buy, or a couple of $100 to buy. So someone that's able to, hack a bunch of this information will have access to, who knows how much money, right? So there's an incentive to steal your information, right? That's the big reason here. And the fewer people that have access to this stuff, the less likely of a chance this is going to happen. The other reason why giving KYC is not so good, particularly on these centralized exchanges, is because depending on your country, right? And I don't want to promote doing anything illegal here, but depending on your country, there's a very good chance that your country's various three-letter agencies has made an agreement with that exchange that in order for them to be allowed to do business in their country, they need to be able to install some kind of API on their website that tracks the trading history of users in that country, usually for tax purposes and anti-money laundering purposes, right? I know generally speaking, that Australia has this thing where most the tax office knows whether or not people have signed up to Binance, and they have the ability to ask Binance for information about any particular citizen that is signed up with their exchange and ask them for information. And Binance, because they want to do business in Australia, has to acquiesce with these laws. And if you don't want to be subject to these rather unfair audits or whatever, then it's best you don't use these kinds of exchanges. You want to use one of these KYC-less exchanges that are totally anonymous. And that way, you don't really have to worry about anybody. You don't have to worry about, anyone, whether it's a government or a malevolent actor trying to learn more things about you than they should. So that pretty much covers what the differences are between a centralized AMM, automatic market maker exchange, and a P2P cryptocurrency exchange. The primary difference is, whether or not it requires. The primary difference is, the need to give KYC, and also the rates. These normal exchanges tend to be cheaper, and also on P2P exchanges there are a lot more options for how you can buy cryptocurrency. So these are the main differences, and I believe that both of them have their strong points. I use both of them. I don't think there's a problem with using centralized exchanges, because I think I'm so practical and I do this stuff as a business, so I want to make sure that I'm getting the best rates. So I don't really have a problem with both of them. So you who was watching this, the people who are watching this video, you can decide what's best for you. And if you're interested in getting involved in P2P cryptocurrency exchanges, you don't have to just use a KYC-less exchange like HODL or local CoinSwap like I recommended. You could also use a P2P cryptocurrency exchange on Bybit or Binance or OKX. As I mentioned, they require KYC, but the benefit is if you do P2P trading on those centralized exchanges, the rates are still going to be better. So if you're interested in doing this P2P trading and debanking further, I suggest using my referral link in the description below to sign up to local CoinSwap, HODL, OKX, Bybit, and Binance, and yeah, and if you like this video and you want to get more tips on how to debank, you can subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later.